And good evening, Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League fans. Welcome in to mmjhl playoff game day as we will be broadcasting Elite 8, which is round one of the playoffs, the quarterfinals, in this first round series between the number 3 seeded St. Boniface Riels taking on the number 6 seeded Fort Garry Twins. I'm your host, Graham, the G Show Forsyth for this pregame. Also going to be your play-by-play commentator, as always, for the game coming up in about 8 minutes at this point. Puck drop at 7:30 for tonight. But we're brought to you by Make-Cannon Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to check out their websites in Brandon and Winnipeg today. Or not their websites, their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg today. Their website at makecannonfasteners.shop. To Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. To find out why they've been so trusted by Manitoba producers for over 80 years, be sure to check out their website at gshow.ca. And to Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Be sure to check out their website at gordytumblesongoalies.ca. And if you like what you see, you'll have a chance to work with a goaltending coach through a one-on-one meeting Zoom style with the man himself, Gordy Tumbleson, who is, of course, a Winnipeg Jets WHA 1.0 former goaltender. Thank you to his brand as well as Terrico and Make-Cannon Fasteners and Tools for sponsoring another edition of what should be a pretty entertaining game tonight. The first 2 games of the series have gone to the St. Boniface Riels. If we take a look at the updated bracket, there's only one series that is tied so far, and that is the Charleswood Hawks and the St. Vital Junior Victorias. All the rest, well, the top seeds have the 2-0 advantage, and as for them, well, they'll be all in action tonight. 4 games, all series. We'll be on tap, 2 starting, coming up at 7:30, and then 2 more half an hour later at 8 p.m. But as for the first 2 games of playoffs, G-Show Productions was here on Friday night when St. Boniface, the Riels, won 4-1 against the Fort Garry Twins. The Twisters only won 1-0 over the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. St. James got outshot but won 5-2 against Transcona, and St. Vital losing 5-2. A bad second period for them where they gave up 4 goals to lose 5-2 in that game too. But for St. Vital, of course, they pulled it together. A 2-1 win on Sunday to even up the series. High scoring game between the Canucks and the Railer Express, but of course St. James coming away with the 7-4 win. Pembina Valley and the Raiders also a high scoring shootout. This one way closer, going to double OT. The Twisters able to come out with the win, and for St. Boniface winning 3-0 on Sunday night to put themselves in a position to go up 3-0 in this series coming up. But before we get into the key points heading into this game, going to take a look at the points leaders, and it's Cale Price of the Canucks leading all players right now with 5 points in 2 games. Right behind him, Rylan Hugan, his teammate, and Tyrone Willen, as well as another teammate in Brady Whiteley. Nate Goodbranson on this list at 3 points. As for the goal scorers, Ty McNaughton with a huge game 2. He had 2 in that one. He also scored in game 1. He leads all players in goals so far. As you can see, Price, Hugan, Goodbranson, and Davis Koga, who had a big 2-goal game on Sunday's victory for the Vics, all follow behind him. As for assist leaders, Aaron Nielsen playing in this series at 3 so far. There's a logjam there, tied for second, and of course Brady Whiteley leading all players with 4 assists. But as for the goaltenders, maybe the biggest factor in why St. Boniface has also been up in this series is the play of Ashton Hall with 2-0, a .980 save percentage, only a .50 goals against average, as well as a shutout. Only one of 2 goaltenders to have a shutout so far, and having some of the best stats, if not the best stats, out of any goaltender so far here with a ridiculous .980 save percentage. And, as for how the 2 games have gone, the Twins actually started off with the lead in this series with Dean Gorchinski scoring the opening goal. under 2 minutes in, but the Riels would answer back, finally breaking through Michael O'Sullivan. They scored 4 unanswered and also controlled most of the play, outshot the Twins in that game one, 42-19. Game two, a bit different in the shot category. The Twins outshot the Riels 31-20, but Hallworth was up to the task. McNaughton scoring twice, of course. Big factors on why the Riels won. They were opportunistic in that one, and they look to go up 3-0 in the series tonight to potentially be threatening sweep. Game 4 will be played on Friday night at Century Arena. Gotta note this, that the Twins lost the first 2 games of this regular season series, but then won 3 straight, of course, over the course of the season. But they need to find a way to get their offense going. They've only had 1 goal throughout the first 2 games so far, and it's been a lack of traffic in front of Ashton Hallworth. You gotta take away his eyes somehow. Maybe try to get him moving. He's a goalie that takes away most of the bottom part of the net. Maybe try to go up high on him, but the biggest thing you're going to beat him with, since he is so athletic, is take away his eyes. He's a lot less dangerous if you can't see him as much. But that has to come down to zone possession, having the puck in their own end or in the opposition's end to get those opportunities, something the Twins did a way better job of in Game 2. But if it's anything like Game number 1, there is rumors, too, that the Twins are missing a few players, key ones at that, one of them being Halamandaris. We'll confirm that, of course, once the game starts up. But you can't get off to a bad start here tonight against the Riels, and you most certainly can't let them do to what they did to you in game number 1, which is just control possession and control the offensive zone chances, defending really well. Twins looking to spend as little time as possible in their own end to start this off at least and get off to a fast start. We'll see if they can maintain it if they do, but no matter what, got to play a full 60 minutes. Got to compete in this one for both these teams, and it should be fantastic. Both teams are about to make their way onto the ice now. I only actually see the Riels. Wonder if the Twins are going to wait a bit. But this has been our pregame show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing G Show Productions for what should be a very entertaining contest here tonight between these two clubs. The Twins making their way onto the ice now. The Riels will follow them as they're waiting right now. Enjoy the game, everybody, as the Riels look to go up 3-0 in this series. National Anthem coming up next. Well, the Twins found a way to have success against the St. Boniface Riels as the season went along. They found their game in the last 10 for sure. The second hardest team coming into the playoffs, but now the Fort Garry Twins find themselves down 2-0, only scoring 1 goal throughout the 2 games. They got to find a way to beat Ashton Haworth tonight. We're about to get set. Tremblay against Sam Alsip on the draw. The big boys starting off for the Twins as we are officially underway here from Southdale Community Center. Apologies, folks, by the way, if we do have a bit of laggy connection tonight. Isn't the greatest in this arena right now. This gets to the low slot early on. The Twins with possession early on. Matani from the slot, from the high point, gets a shot through the slot on net by Haworth, and he turns it aside. Matani keeps it in on net. Haworth tested here early on into the corner. Tremblay sends that out in front, but covered up well by the Riels. And St. Boniface able to get this puck out finally early on. Good jump here from this Twins team to start things off. Puck gets sent back into their end as it's onto the stick of Ethan Johnson, who tries getting a backhand pass across to Gorchinski, who ends up coming high up to the blue line and intercepting. Regrouping in his own end now as he sent a pass back. Johnson tried stretching one up, has it intercepted. Sent in deep by Brzezinski, who ends up having it turned over, and now the Twins able to send a cross-ice pass up all the way onto the stick of Gilberto, who takes a physical hit from behind there, but is okay. As now Brzezinski runs into his man, goes for a stretch pass up at the blue line, all the way down for an icing though. As Mick Henton Fasteners and Tools for the first time in this hockey game comes onto the screen. Our first period sponsor, by the way, all special teams plays, power play, and penalty kill will be brought to you by our period sponsors, Mick Henton Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to check out their store locations in Brandon and Winnipeg today. Lazard gets that up to the point. This one turned aside now as Nathan Cockle couldn't get it through, but Lazard along the boards closest to our broadcast angle in the Riels zone. Lost possession of it as the Riels got it all the way down. Going off for a change, the Twins look to break it out. Cockle off of the boards, turns it over. It's sent on to the other number 4 stick, and Smith, who got that right back out, but sent once again into the Riels end, where it'll be Keating going for a skate. Ends up sending a pass up all the way to number 22, I believe, in Cole Davis, who rimmed it around. The Twins able to break out quickly, though, as it's on to the stick of number 9. Gets it to Gibson. Dangle in. Rebound there. Nice save made by Haworth, but Twins able to pick it up. That shot on net. Now another rebound given up, but steered away. Covered up by the Riels as they're able to clear it out. It gets sent all the way down. Nice passing play there, set up by Sean Neufeld onto the stick of Gibson, who almost gets the scoring going. It's the Riels now who able to get it in, turning over the puck now in the Twin zone. But it'll be back onto the Riels possession as a floater gets sent back into the Twisters end of things. Saucer pass onto the stick of Canoe, who got that to number 17 in freezing. Giving chase was Matthews, but getting by him were the Riels as Keating just sent that all the way in on Haworth now as he turns that aside. It'll be attempted to be flipped up by the Riels. It gets all the way past onto the stick of Vitelli as he enters into the zone and sends it in deep. Vitelli giving chase on Livingstone. Caligari as well, rubbing him out. Matthews picks up the puck, gets that to Friesen, who plays it up to Hedlund. Caden Hedlund now taking it wide, has a shot contested from the outside. That deflects over the net. Vitelli now picks up that rim puck and breaks in a short pass over across. Going wide though was that shot. That one from the corner. Who passed the red line, ends up turning it over, trying to dump it in. It's Trott now right side. Tried dangling past Johnson, but disrupted. Challenged well there by number 15. But the Riels able to keep it in. That shot unable to be through. The Twins look to get it out again. They do, even though it's not clean, but Balshaw turns it right over onto the possession of Smith's stick. Turned over onto the stick of Tremblay now, who's able to make a move pass. Gets it to Balshaw, who couldn't get it over to the slot for a waiting Gorchinski. Keating now pitching up, pickpockets Johnson, sends a pass across to number 19. Another pass across, that one just missing. It was Carson Dubois trying to find his teammate. I believe it was Keating. Physical play along the penalty box there. So with 15:30 remaining, have not had a whistle in a while. Puck loose, picked up by McNaughton. Is shot through, but wide of the net. I think it might have been deflected. As the Riels now look to set up on the cycle. Back up to the point. That shot through and turned aside. I believe he was able to see it. Maybe through all that traffic was O'Sullivan, but he stops up number 27 and Dylan Bopnek to finally get a stoppage in play. 15:13 remaining in the first period of action. This is the Riels with an offensive zone face-off chance. Won by the Twins. Back to Garry, who gets that up to number 18, I believe, in Nick Gilberto. Lazard out there, giving pressure for the Twins as they pressure the Riels. Lazard getting physical along the boards, trying to rub out, I believe it was Nielsen. There's another big hit from Gilberto this time around. Lazard a big hit late and kept in at the point by Cockle. His shot through onto the glove. Number 31 in Haworth, and I think this is also a key to the Twin success, right? You get it in deep, and I saw this from this team last year when I got to see him. If you can get in hard on the forecheck, apologies there, folks. Just making sure we're not freezing up. But the hard forecheck from this Fort Garry Twins team, something that was good for them last season, that brought them success. Of course, different coaching staff completely, but if Scott Wong, the head coach for this team, wants to get something going, maybe it doesn't have to be pretty. Maybe it's just a hard forecheck and you get a greasy goal in there. But it's held in at the point now. Shot blocked, and here's a chance for number 3. And Eric Voth, who almost on his way through, loses his balance at the blue line. Gone for a trip on Hyra was the Twins bench, but not going to get it. Almost a dangerous chance there for the Twins, as they now backhand this all the way out and into the neutral zone. Matani now almost in trouble as he lost his balance but recovered well. Johnson out there with them too. The two best defensemen for this Twins team out on the same pair. Wong loading up his pairings as this gets sent all the way down. A stretch pass from Matani that Gibson is trying to plead to the ref that it touched his stick first. But the ref's not buying into that, going their own way. So we'll get another face-off inside of the Fort Garry zone. For the Riels, they win it back to, I believe it's Keating, who shot through, turned aside by O'Sullivan. And rebound cleared away by his team. Gibson, short pass over to the Riels bench to Matani, who takes a cross-check. Ref thinking it was a bit of a dirty play, though. Could have argued that it was a bit of a love tap, but the ref's seen it a different way. This will send Fort Garry to the power play here, and sending number 94 and Noah Keating to the penalty box. As Big Cannon Fasteners and Tools, our first period power play and penalty kill sponsor, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. So the Twins look to get on the board, looking for a lead for the first time in this series since game number 1, where Gorchinski opened up the scoring. Plays that down low to Gilberto and back to Gorchinski now, who plays it up top to Matani. Goes over to Gorchinski, nice pass across to Johnson. We are a bit laggy here on our coverage right now, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies for that. That gets sent into the opposite corner onto the stick of Gorchinski, who's at the point now. Waits up before going across to Matani. His shot gets blocked and sent out now. Cleared away by Trott. As O'Sullivan comes out to play it, leaving it for a teammate. I believe that was number 20 in Matani, who now gets this puck up to Gorchinski. Up that left side, Gorchinski gets taken out. No call on this one this time around as the Riels send it all the way down now. As they elect all to stay on. Connor Davis, team captain, out there with Dylan Vitelli. The forecheckers for St. Boniface is Sam Matani. Feeds a pass opposite side to Gorchinski. That gets through onto the stick of Tremblay. Now nice save and tight on the backhand chance from him by Haworth. Tremblay gets it back, tries getting it up to the point, but covered up well by Davis. Johnson can't get a shot through. Kind of looked like he fanned on it a bit. Held in by the skates now by Matani. Can't get it past Davis though, as it goes all the way down for a clear. And out to leave it for player, I believe, number 24 in Hedlund was O'Sullivan. Back into the neutral zone. Hits a stick of number 19 in Carson Dubois, who's given chase, but Hedlund able to get there first. As Balshaw leaves it before going across to a teammate. He gets it back. It's onto the stick of Balshaw. Now shot from outside all the way up high in the zone, wide of Haworth. We're back to even strength. McNaughton, his shot just wide of the net. A huge 2-goal performance in Game 2, of course. Here's a shot from the left face-off circle, turned aside by number 30 in Michael O'Sullivan. We'll get a face-off with 10:49 remaining inside of the Twins zone. 7-4 the shots in favor of the Twins early on. Of course, looking for what could be an important first goal for them in this game. Nutmegging now is Matani. He looks to shoot, deflects, and out of play. What a chance there from number 20. So dangerous on the rush with the puck, whatever it may be. An offensive presence from the back end. The Riels now getting a fresh set of legs on. Of course, I believe they have a last change in this one. It'll be Hines out there, but yeah, Matani, he's going to play a huge part in this series if Fort Garry's looking to get back. It's one thing to have offense from up front, but when you're able to get it from the back end, as well as having someone that can be reliable and getting back with him as many times as he gets on the rush, that's big time. And when you have two guys similar in that sense, maybe one you could argue that is maybe even more smarter than, or even more smart than Matani and Ethan Johnson. I mean, huge deadline ads still. No matter how this series goes, he'll be with the team again next year too, which is huge for Fort Garry. As Matani keeps it and goes across to Johnson, who could not get that puck through. Picked up by Dylan Bachnet, but stripped away, neutralized by number 15, and Johnson had it taken away once again, and it's sent down low by the Riels. Rimmed around, failed clearing attempt by the Twins. This time now getting it to an outlet man before they go across up into the neutral ice for Dean Gorchinski. Plays this up the left side, chipping it down and going. Able to get a pass out front to Tremblay. Able to keep this down low before going up top to Cockle. Sending this back down low. Now onto the stick again. Gorchinski tries going across, but ends up hitting a stick on the way. Deflects out of play into the Riels bench now. And with that, we will get a face-off. With 9:42 remaining in the first period. Score still scoreless. Under halfway through now. D to Bachnek. Who goes middle seam to Hines. Trying to backhand a pass over. Couldn't get it there, but Hines had it back on his stick shortly. Bachnek tried sending that in all the way deep, but disrupted by his own player and deemed an offside. By the way, don't miss I know it's early on in the broadcast to say this, but we'll have a post-game show coming up with players of the game at the end of this one. As well as stay tuned for us. Sometimes we'll come through at intermission just before it starts with a few laps left for the Zamboni for the next period to start, that is. Have some period analysis. We'll also keep you guys up to date with everything that's going down in the other 3 series in the mmjhl tonight. Lizotte now trying to bat that through but cannot. It's onto the stick of Tazio Cienflone. Of course, not traded. Or was traded. Didn't start off this season with the Fort Garry Twins. Started off with the Charleswood Hawks before, I believe, Fort Garry made a trade for him. Turned over in the slot. Going back to Cienflone. There was Goberto into the slot. Now scores for Lizotte. He puts it away for his first of the playoffs. And just like in Friday nights, Game 1... Now 2 games later, in Game 3, it's Fort Garry opening the scoring. Took a bit longer this time around, but yeah, it looked like maybe they missed their opportunity at first where, Cienflone was at the side of the net but wasn't in the right position to receive that pass exactly. But they keep working on the forecheck. They find Lizotte in the slot with a good pass. He has a bit of patience before shooting it. A bit of a toe drag release and goes up high on number 31 in Ashton Haworth to beat him, breaking his shutout streak, which ended with the time of just over 70 minutes without allowing the goal. So he had that shutout in Game 2. So that goal brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. As it's the Twins carrying it up again, it's Johnson going for a skate. His shot wide of the net, rebound there. Oh, what a save there by Haworth. And Friesen, as well as a Riels and Matthew Renville getting after it afterwards. I believe Friesen was going for the rebound. This Riels team protecting their goaltender. You'll have to see it from that perspective. But yeah, a huge save there by Haworth. As that one went off of the backboards, took a bounce to the Twins' favor. And nonetheless, it sets up an offensive zone face-off draw for Garry. McNaughton is about to take the draw, but gets kicked out. It's Brzezinski who comes in, wins it to the corner to Keating, who goes D off the backboards to Smith. Up to Nielsen, who goes to McNaughton, across to Brzezinski. Brzezinski burning around with speed. His shot denied. Rebound there. Oh, turned aside by O'Sullivan. Gets out towards near the point now. And it's Smith who regroups before going D with Keating. His shot gloved down there by O'Sullivan. And with that, we get a stoppage in play. 7:50 remaining. Riels with a nice response after giving up a goal and almost another one. Good transition from them. But they do not win the draw, as it's Gibson wheeling in with speed. Play that off the boards actually to gain even more, but Keating, good job to get back in to disrupt him. Not able to be held in at the line by the Twins as they regroup slightly. That shot turned aside by Haworth from just outside the blue line. Riels able to break out once again into the neutral ice. McNaughton unable to send that in deep. A pass ends up onto Neufeld's stick, trying to dangle past number 27 Bachneck, but could not. Gets played over to Bachneck now, who gets it up. Now onto the stick of McNaughton as he comes through the neutral zone with speed. Drop pass, his shot, or pass to, I believe it was Aaron Nielsen, turned aside by O'Sullivan. All the way down to Ethan Alsop. Back onto the stick of Nielsen now, who makes a elusive move at the neutral zone near the center face-off circle before sending it in deep and going off for a change. Across to Gibson, who tries sending one back across but could not. Gets it sent in all the way deep now was Gibson. Haworth able to play that quickly to a teammate. Off the skate now of Hines on the breakout attempt and chased down by number 20 in Sam Matani. Matani now looking to go for a skate. He'll look to split the D, trying to go inside, outside, trying to protect the puck under the sticks but cannot. He still battles low in the corner, shovels that down low to Gorchinski. Didn't have an open in the slot. That goes to the point from Johnson, who his shot turned aside. Off a little blast, but Ashton Hallworth able to track that well and swallow up the rebound. Refs getting the Fort Garry Twins cleared away. That top line goes off as it'll be Tazio Cienflone out to take a draw now. Was a bit targeted in that first game in terms of the physical play. We'll see if that happens again tonight. As it is, the Twins with control of it. It's sent all the way in on Riels' goaltender there, and Hallworth before being played up the boards to a trot. Held in by the Twins now at the line. Lazard picking up a loose puck. Tries to send that down low to Tazio, but could not. Sam Alsop past the red line. Sends it in deep for the Riels. In on the forecheck are the Riels from behind the net, trying to get possession of it. But it is the Twins who, in fact, have it again and are looking to move this puck out. Cienflone comes down low to help out first support. Able to wield off one defender before sending it across for Johnson. Tight turns to evade the check before evading a few more Riels and sending this puck out. Deflected into the neutral zone now, or not into the neutral zone, but into the Riels bench from the neutral zone. As that is a dead play, we will get a face-off outside of the Riels bench. It's McNaughton out to take it against Sean Neufeld. Draw one by the Riels. Nielsen able to pick it up and send it to D before it goes D to Smith. Passed up to McNaughton, who tried getting it to Nielsen, but pickpocketed. Here goes Sean Neufeld now. His shot from high up in the zone. In that high slot. Way wide. So the Riels able to break out with some ease. Some time to move this puck around. Smith goes back to his defensive partner in Keaton, who tries sending this in deep but could not. Keaton sends a pass over to Smith, who gets it back over to Keaton now, and now back onto the stick of Smith, who activates into the neutral zone. Trying to dangle through is Smith, but good hard defense there by the Twins. Held in Brzezinski, his shot. He turned aside. And I believe out of play here. With 4:28 remaining in the period. Brought to you by Make-Handed Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Check out their website at Make-Handed Fasteners and Tools in Brandon and Winnipeg locations. Also on their website, check out their products at makehandedfasteners.shop. Good chance there for the Riels. They could not finish. It's the Twins, top line back out there now. Tremblay from the side of the net, turned aside by Hallworth. And left it there for Sam Alsop, who skates it up. Plays a pass up now to number 19, I believe, in Carson Dubois, who gets rubbed out. Pass goes across now onto the stick of Dean Gorchinski. Dangles in, Gorchinski breaks some ankles in the process. Oh, almost gets a pass over to Balshaw, but intercepted by the Riels in front. Really deceptive with the puck is number 7. We've seen that on display not only in this game tonight, but we also saw that on display in Game 1's 4-1 loss for this Twins team. Of course, he didn't get on the scoreboard in last game for points. Neither did any Twin as the Riels shut them out. But a good start to this one. 12-7, they lead in shots. Forcing a turnover is this, what seems to be an energy line. Friesen, Matthews, and Canoe. Livingstone, not called for interference in the neutral zone. Riels fans looking for a call here beside me, but not going to get it. So we continue at even strength. This is Slobosian, number 8. In Brandon, that is. Noah Slobosian wears number 7. There's the Twins who play this up the left side, all the way into the neutral zone. And back into the Riels zone now. Sent in by Cockle. Giving chase is Aiden Hyra, who sends a stretch pass up into the neutral zone at the red line there for Davis, but couldn't connect with him. This one will be sent all the way down for an icing this time around for the Twins. Getting a face-off draw inside their zone coming up here. With 2:30 remaining. Number 19 and Matt Lizotte scoring the first goal of the evening here for the Twins. A tough save made there by O'Sullivan on the other end of things. So we'll get another face-off inside of the Fort Garry zone. Of course, Lizotte, his first of the playoffs, coming around that 9-minute mark. Another save made, turning aside the shots there is O'Sullivan. And don't forget, in that game one, it took some time for the Riels to finally break through. They found a way to get into the high dangerous areas of the ice. It seemed like after they were able to get that first goal, here it is, and there it is for Hines. He scores, tying this game at 1 apiece. 2:13 remaining now in the opening frame. And that's his second goal in as many games as in a row, scoring the second goal of the game on Sunday night for the Riels in their victory. He's able to pick up that puck in front, wait out O'Sullivan, and open up a loose cage for himself to put the puck in. And with that, it is tied up. All it took was one goal for this Riels team to break through truly in last game. We could be seeing that happen very well again tonight. What do the Twins have up their sleeve to potentially respond? Nice nifty work by the front of the net there. It gets played up to the point. Keaton, his shot, unable to get through all the traffic. It's blocked up and now chased down by Sean Neufeld. Going down that left side. Decides to shoot it from high up in the zone on Haworth. Not looking to challenge number 4 and Matt Smith on that one-on-one. Draw will be won by the Twins. That shot through and a nice glove save there by Haworth through all that traffic. Gorchinski was tied up by Ethan Alsop. But still, pretty crazy that Haworth was able to find that puck through that traffic. Along the boards, Balshaw gets down low. Gorchinski almost gets it through. Puck almost was just sitting there on the red line. But Riel is able to survive it. They get this out of the zone. My goodness, that top line been dangerous tonight for the Twins. Here they come again. Sloan Tremblay tries to go across to Gorchinski. Backhand trying to get that through, but couldn't past the shin pads of Ethan Alsop. That is, gets played into the neutral zone again. Goes past the stick of Riel, though. It's Tremblay who tries dangling past number 18 and Alsop, but couldn't. Puck couldn't find McNaughton off of the pass. 53.5 seconds remain. And with that icing, we'll have a face-off all the way back inside of the Riel zone. It's just a line with Tazio, Lizotte, and Gilberto out. Another quality line for this Twins team could be in this game, but the draw won by McNaughton. As Riels go DDD back to McNaughton and across to Aaron Nielsen, who just passed the blue line, sends that in all the way deep. The Riels getting physical on the check. Turned over now. Brzezinski tried working his way in. Can't. Can McNaughton find the loose puck? Potentially he does. Gets it up to the point. Keaton now has his shot go wide. Couldn't get the rebound. Keaton able to hold it in. Strong there. Fans on it. Another rip. And that one into the breadbasket of O'Sullivan with 22.6 remaining. 11-14 the shots now in favor of the Twins. It'll be Hines on to take it. Wins it to the boards closest to the benches. That shot was blocked from a point man off of his shot. Gorchinski tried dangling in, could not, lost possession of the puck upon entering the zone. Shot from just outside of the zone now, glove down by Hallworth, and as 5 seconds remain on the clock, ticking all the way down to 0. It was the Twins who, for the second game in this series, coming at Southdale too, opened up the scoring. It was one that maybe Hallworth would have liked to have back, but nonetheless must have felt good for Matt Lazat to get on the board for the first time in this playoffs. The second time only Fort Garry has scored, but the Riels kept with it, kept with their game in terms of keep transitioning out, attack off the rush, able to gain the zone with some offensive zone time, working the puck around, and guess who it was? The man with a silky set of mitts. We've seen it all season long with him just driving the play and doing magic with his hands. Well, he did it again to Nate Hines as he picks up a loose puck. Only him and O'Sullivan to get past as he tried to put it into the cage, which ended up being wide open after he waited him out, sucking O'Sullivan out before putting it into a wide open cage on a nice move to tie the game at 1 apiece. 14-11 are the shots that are shown on the scoreboard. Those might update at some point. If they do, we'll update you on them. We'll update you on everything that's happening around the MMJHL coming up as well before the second period starts, as the final 2 games of tonight to get going have now gotten underway. But for us, we're going to take a quick little break. 1-1 is the score. Both these teams looking to find the lead for themselves in a critical Game 3, especially for the Twins, looking not to get down 3-0. This first period brought to you by Mick Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Thank you to them for supporting Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League Hockey here on the network, as well as gshow.ca on G-Show Productions. We'll be back for Period 2 and some more first period analysis coming up next here on mmjhl Game Day, Game 3 of this Elite 8 series between St. Boniface and Fort Garry, live from Southdale. Welcome back, everybody, here at the Southdale Community Center as we go into this next period of play with the score tied at 1-all. It was Matt Lazat who ended up scoring the first goal of the game for the Twins just under halfway left into the period, that was. But then it was Nate Hines who would end up scoring his second of the postseason and second in as many games as he scored in game number 2 to even the score up at 1 apiece. Shots are 14-11. Haworth and O'Sullivan in the net for tonight. We're going to get you guys updated with just what's been going down around the rest of the mmjhl here tonight, as we see the referees making their way onto the ice. And both teams make their way onto the ice now, but as for the scores in the other series, the other games being played in the other series, the St. James Junior Canucks up 3-0 after the first period of play. They're going into the second coming up soon at Abe McDonald Arena. The defending back-to-back champs could take a 3-0 series lead heading into Game 4 on Friday night, where they could end up sweeping. Pembina Valley up 1-0 over the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, 12:44 remaining in the first period there. And it's tied 1 apiece. Just under halfway gone in the first period between the St. Vital Junior Victorias and the Charleswood Hawks. This game brought to you by, for the second period, by Terrico as we are underway. At this point, it's Matani. Tries getting a shot through, but ends up having that blocked. And sent in deep now into the Twin zone as Tremblay sends one out of play. Getting a face-off draw. Well, outside, that actually deflected off of a Riels. It'll be just outside of the Twin zone. Tremblay on to take the draw. He ends up winning that. It goes D-to-D to Matani. Tries feeding it up the center to Tremblay, but hits a skate on the way through. It's the Riels now. Trying to break in was Trott, who did gain the zone, but had the puck knocked away from himself. Back up to Trott in the neutral ice, where he tips this deep into the Twin zone. So we did freeze up there a bit, folks. Draw will be back into the Riels zone and sent out by them as they break in now. Trying to dangle past was number 89 in Brzezinski. Couldn't through Hedlund. That shot just wide of the net from the Riels now. Keating tries to send it in deep, but couldn't. Past Hedlund. Gets that to Cian Flown, who tries to get it in to the possession of Lazat. Turned over now. Here's a chance. Riels score! Who else but Ty McNaughton was leading the playoffs in goals heading into tonight's matchup. And he gets his team on the board for the second time here tonight. A nice play by Aaron Nielsen to get it to him. Making a skill play with the puck. Gets the puck past that Twins defenseman, not quite sure who it was. To feed McNaughton, who, the pass fooled everybody, even the goaltender. And O'Sullivan, he was out of position. Tried to get back to stop that shot from McNaughton. But could not. Another turnover potentially here from Matani, but gets it back, able to skate out of the zone now. And tries to dangle in, but can't get past that Riels player. As it's the Twins who get it down low. Pass out in front. Here's the slot. Gibson with the chance turned aside there by Haworth. So close to tying this game up once again. But the Twins will have to remain behind on the scoreboard for now. Leading in shots, 16-11. This draw will end up being won by the Riels. But puck ends up in their end off of that. Puck sent all the way down into the Riels end now. As they get this pass up to their own blue line across, but intercepted onto the stick of Matthews. His shot turned aside and covered up by Ashton Haworth. 16:41 remaining in this period of play. As we do get a line change from Fort Garry coming up here. And actually, no, confusion on both ends right now. So the Riels trying to send their next line out. They will do just that. One of the Riels coaches, not sure who it is, beside head coach Zach Franco, having some words with the referee. Will be Gorchinski out to take the face-off draw. It's been Sloan Trombley who's been taking most of them tonight. Looking to win this back up to Balshaw high up on the circle. Or Balshaw tried sending that down low but could not. It's the Riels breaking in the other way. Kicked out to that right face-off circle. Sent down low now where the Riels tried to get possession of it but couldn't. It's played to Gorchinski, who plays that up the middle to Hedlund. Draw pass left to Balshaw now. His shot blocked on the way through, but it'll be turned over. Good forecheck by the Twins. Onto the stick, I believe, of Balshaw again, but the Riels able to defend well to get this out. Coming down that right side. Looking for a wraparound chance now. Turned aside was Trott, though off of the pad of O'Sullivan. As this gets sent down all the way for an icing. Gorchinski couldn't make it there in time. So we will see the draw now come back down to the Twin zone with 15:55 remaining. Was McNaughton with his fourth of the playoffs. Most recently scoring it to get the 2-1 lead for the Riels. That shot blocked in the slot by Tremblay, but has it taken away by Connor Davis. Davis now plays this around the opposite way. Ends up on the stick of Nate Hines, who's shielding before getting a pass to Dylan Bachneck. Tries sending that one down low. Can't clear it now are the Twins. Into the skates of Hines. That shot unloaded on by number 22 and Davis. Physical play by Davis too there on Sloan Trombley. It's down below for Hines again. Opened up the scoring in this game. Makes his way to the slot now before backhanding the pass to one of his point men in Keaton. It's down low again. O'Sullivan able to turn that aside. Side of the net now. O'Sullivan holding his post. No call on a potential hold. There should have been at the side of the net by the refs. That shot through and turned aside now by O'Sullivan. Once again off of the shot from Matt Smith from the point. Riels were looking for a call. I believe Connor Davis and Nate Hines having a word about it with the ref right now. Ref disagrees, though, as they always do when talking to players, it seems. But the Riels will have to fight through it, getting no call for themselves, and continue to work here on the cycle, which they do exactly that to start out here. Shot can't get through from the point, blocked up well by the Twins, and played onto the stick of Gilberto now, who down that right side just decides to send that into the zone deep. Played off of the boards now, chipped into the Twin zone from the Riel zone, and Matani able to shrug off number 14 in Stepik. It'll be turned over now. High shot there from number 23 in Cianflone. That's a glove down by Haworth. Cianflone was making his way towards the net afterwards. The Riels not liking that exactly. Giving him a bit of a business out in front. Cianflone goes out. Off for a change. And both teams will get fresh legs on the ice. It's Sean Neufeld out to take the draw for the Twins. Pretty sure St. Boniface ends up winning it down below for Garry, trying to get on the forecheck. The player can't stay to his feet. I believe that may be number 8 in Gibson. It's played onto the stick of Neufeld now, who gets this in deep. Voth and Gibson out there with him. Ends up into the direction of Neufeld now, who got it to Voth, tried playing that down low but couldn't. Matthews dangling at the line, almost had it sticked away, but Twins able to hold it in for the time being. That cleared attempt by the Riels after taking it away, turned over by them. Down low in their own end now, physical play there on the forecheck by Voth, who now gets it down below to another teammate. Physical hit there on Sean Neufeld as the Riels now able to get this puck out. Trying to get to the puck there with speed, but Matani was in great position to pick it up. Aaron Nielsen now gets it back. D to D, the Riels go. That's played up to McNaughton, who sends that in deep. It'll be Johnson picking it up in the corner. Goes up all the way to the opposite blue line to Canoe. His shot, a weak one, turned aside by Haworth. For Garry, evading a potential too many men call there. Refs not paying much attention to it. It'll be onto the stick of Hines as he tries to build speed through the neutral zone, but sticked away well there by number 17 in Friesen. As Fort Garry able to stick this out of their own end. Before it gets sent in deep by the Riels. Out to get it to stop it up was O'Sullivan. His rim around, though, gets turned over, held in at the point by Matt Smith, who gets it onto the stick of Hines in the corner down below. Has it sticked away from himself now. Ends up going back onto the stick of Matt Smith, whose shot gets sticked aside into the corner. As Friesen picks it up, sends it all the way down deep into the Riel zone, just past his side of the red line. Is going for a skate now, number 94. It looked like in Keaton before he just sent it in deep before assuming his position at the point. The Riels looking to get a cycle going. Davis gets this puck back off the half wall. Short pass to the slot area. No one there for Davis as he turned it over. The Riels get it back in to the Twin zone now. Hedlund off of the backboards. Reversed it to Cockle, who gets it back. But a pass into the skates of Hedlund as he gets that into the skates of Balshaw, who couldn't handle it cleanly. But it's onto the stick of Balshaw now. Tries dangling pass in the offensive zone, but has his pocket picked. Here are the Riels coming in now. Trot busted to the middle before having it sticked away. Side of the net now. It's Alsip trying to work, but contested there by Caden Edlin off of the boards now to Balshaw, who plays a short pass to Gorchinski. Gorchinski through the legs dangle to Balshaw now, who ends up turning that aside. So this gets into the neutral zone and tipped all the way down where it'll be Dubois giving chase on number 20 in Matani. Dubois able to win the battle along the wall, but Twins had good support, able to get it out. Sits in the neutral zone now. Puck taken out by the Riels now. They look to skate it. Couldn't carry it through the neutral zone, though, as it's Gilberto now skating, coming the other way. Backhand high of the net. Just misses. Gorchinski keeps this down low into the direction of Gilberto. Cienflone also out there as this puck trying to get out for the Riels. They do get it out. Being interfered with Slobozian, and with that, he finally does draw a penalty for the Riels coming up here. As Matani and him continue to chirp, having some words for each other. Matani has to be careful here. Has to be careful to not get more than these 2 minutes. An unsportsmanlike penalty could be that here coming up. It is Lazat who goes off, who did have the penalty. So yeah, that could have been really bad. Matani could have potentially given them a 5-on-3. But both teams kind of cool down a bit. They're able to get away from each other at least for the split second. They could. It'll be a 2-minute power play here for the Riels with a chance to add on to the lead. Brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. At the side of the net, picked up by Davis. Across to the other Davis off of the post. So close there was the captain and Connor to get in it. Cienflone able to pick up the puck for Garry and send it all the way in deep. Played onto the net where it's occupied by Ashton Haworth. Left it for a teammate, and skating up now is Noah Keating with some nice moves to the middle before having it sticked away. Picking the puck up now is number 10 in Sam Alsa. Plays it off the boards to himself. Tight turns to maneuver to Connor Davis. Tries getting it back down low to Alsip. Challenging there was Johnson in the corner. Cienflone has it turned over and now picked up. Oh, and off the post. Hines with almost his second of the game, but ends up sending it down low into the low slot. Now side of the net turned aside there. Off of that chance from number 22 in Cole Davis. Turned aside by Michael O'Sullivan. Tip through loose puck there. Riels trying to pick it up, as they do now at the point. Loose puck gets there. It's played up high to Davis. He's able to just keep it in, but now turned over onto the stick of Johnson as he's able to skate this out. As Johnson plays this through a Riel player's skates with one hand. Ends up going into the crease area where it's covered up by Ashton Haworth. 32 seconds remain in this Matt Lazat penalty now. It's for Garry with a short-handed face-off draw inside of the Riel zone. They end up losing it as St. Boniface looks to carry it up that left side to Lane and draw back to one of their back-end players. That's to Ethan Elsip. Scores! Well, it really does start in the neutral zone. You know, the Riels looking like they're transitioning up, about to enter into the zone before, they see it's covered up well near the blue line. So it's a delay, it's a draw pass to open up another seam to get into the zone, where Ethan Elsa builds up a ton of speed from his own end into the neutral zone and through to the Twins' end, and able to just burst down that left side, snipe on a sharp angle shot. On that high blocker side, pass number 30 in O'Sullivan, and with that, as we were just expiring in penalty time for the Twins. It was the Riels making them pay, as here it is wheeling up Nielsen high up in the zone. Getting to that high slot area just before the ringette line, ended up wiring it off a block. But here come the Riels again. McNaughton has his shot block coming down. And double team there was McNaughton by Garry, as well as number 17 in Friesen. Riels able to hold it in though. It's Nielsen down below. Makes his way up top into the zone. Goes opposite D-man to Renville. Back into Nielsen's possession as he takes it in his skates. Drop to Brzezinski. Goes across now to Ira. His shot gets through, but O'Sullivan able to just get a piece of it. Brzezinski now receives a pass high up in the zone. Backhands this back down low as McNaughton fights off his man. Tries to reverse this back down low, but goes back up top. D Renville to Ira. His shot turned aside by O'Sullivan. But tracking the puck well are the Riels as they're back on the forward check. Twins can't rim this out. It'll be dropped back to Ira at the point. He unloads. Nope, he fakes that shot. It goes to Nielsen. Drawing to the middle now. Waiting for a shot lane to open up, but it doesn't. Gets it to Hines. Back to Nielsen. Back onto the stick of 77. Finally has that pickpocketed in terms of the Twins in their favor. Send it all the way down, and Friesen ends up touching Allworth afterwards, and the Riels out there by him taking exception. There's about 3 dogpiling on them. Ira with a bit of a 1-2 punch there on Friesen. Excuse the voice crack. Be interested to see what potential penalties may be given out here, though. 6:23 remains in the second period. The Riels showing that, hey, you touch our goalie, you're going to pay the price afterwards. And I'm sure Friesen was expecting exactly what happened just to happen. Or maybe he didn't. But nonetheless, I mean, so great to see this Riels team, defending their goaltender. You know, you send a message to the other team, hey, you're going to touch our goaltender. Maybe a bit redundant, but you will pay for it, of course. Looks like Sloan Tremblay having some words with one of the head refs, the one wearing number 90, along with Sam Matani. Nate Hines also coming in to speak with the ref. And now it looks like the Riels penalty box door is being opened. It looks like so will the Twins. So I think a coincidental is coming here. I'm sure Tremblay is asking, like, hey, you know, he thought the puck was still maybe there. Happened so quickly. He got triple team behind his own net, and Ira was throwing punches at him. And the Riels, their rebuttal to that is probably like, hey, we were just defending our goaltender. And coming to the paint, that's what may happen. Seems like some of these players, though, some mutual acquaintances on the ice. Matani and I'm sure Connor Davis knowing each other well, playing in this league for the last few years. But yeah, not too sure what is happening right now. 6:23 remaining on the clock. There we go. So Friesen goes to the box. It's going to be Aiden Hire to the box as well as Canoe. So it is for Garry who gets penalized. And with that, we go to another Riels power play. Brought to you by gshow.ca for the second period. Shot there from Hines, turned aside by O'Sullivan. Plays this pass across to Davis, to Keating. Back to Davis. Up top to Keating. He unloads the shot, and that one wide of the net. Ends up bouncing hard enough off the backboards to the other point to Hines. That shot from Davis turned aside there, squared on it. Was number 30 in O'Sullivan. And it'll be the Riels who will have to break out 200 feet at the blue line. That pass, nice job to get that there to Davis, who goes across to the other one, to Keating, who backhands this over to Hines. Down low to Cole Davis now. Tries going back to Hines, but ends up taking a bad bounce off of the glass there. But yeah, nice job. A weave coming into the zone as the Riels switched, opened up some ice for themselves. They just couldn't complete that final play, which was a backdoor pass. But here they come again. Davis working in and can't get that shot up. A Riel gets dogpiled on afterwards, and Hines behind the net. Net ends up being off too, so the refs decide to blow the whistle, of course. And with that, we'll get another face-off, 37 seconds remaining. As Hines makes his way off to the ice now. Won by McNaughton to Nielsen, gets that up to the point and back to Nielsen now. It works out the half wall. He'll get it right back. Walking in now, decides to feed it down low. Waiting with patience is Sam Alsop before getting that up top to Dylan Bachnak. Back to Alsop, who can't get that down low, as this one gets sent all the way deep into the Riels end. A nice dangle right in his own end by number 7 in Bachnak. Haworth crashing his stick on the ice, signifying that we're back to even strength now. As Nielsen works up before passing it off the boards. The half wall closest to us to Brzezinski. Try getting that back down low to McNaughton. Nielsen working along with McNaughton. A hand pass called in the corner. Not sure if you could see that, but that was Nielsen from the corner who made that error, I guess, since you can't do that unless you find a way to do it legally somehow. But nonetheless, a face-off inside, or just outside of the Twin zone with 4:02 remaining in the second period of action. Riels have scored their third unanswered here a little bit ago at this point. Garry got this off the boards and all the way down, no icing on the play. Off the backboards, the Riels go D to D. And this time not off the backboards, going D to D back to Matt Smith. That puck gets left for Riel coming down. Not sure who it was. It was number 8 in Slobosian who ripped that shot on net. Turned aside by O'Sullivan. It's the Riels changing up their line. Be Sam Alsop out there to take the draw along with Trott. Draw lost by Alsop, won by Tremblay. Tremblay couldn't bat that away. Alsop gets that on net. Rebound there off the post in tight. Carson Dubois so close to making this a 3-goal lead. Balshaw bats that down with a high stick. A no-no. Oh man, Carson Dubois had a wide open net. That's one that's going to be maybe keeping him up at night. You know, how do I miss it? It's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have been there too, right? When you've thought you've had a sure goal in hockey and sometimes you meet iron. At least he did not miss the net. As Matani with a shot from high up in the slot. It's played back to the point. Trombley through a screen, but oh, what a save through that screen by Haworth. His focus unwavering here so far. I mean, he gave up that first goal. Since that, has made some huge saves in this one. It'll be Tremblay on the draw for the Twins. 2:59 remaining, wins it up top to Matani, who gets that through, deflected twice. Oh, Balashaw turned aside by Haworth as the Twins look to maintain possession. Tremblay from high up in the slot. Rebound not given up by Haworth, though. So once again, the Twins not afraid to go to that crease at the same time. This time it's them outnumbering the Riels in front of their own net. But we will get another face-off draw. 2:45 left in the second period. Inside the Riel zone. Twins leading the shots 23-20, but not the score. They trail by 2, almost 3 moments ago. Of course, that shot from Carson Dubois going off of the post is down below. Twins looking to get possession of it, feeding that loose puck out, but it'll be the Riels who are able to get it out. Breaking in now, it's Brzezinski. Has a man with him across that pass, can't hit. McNaughton, though, couldn't find him in the slot. It's Brzezinski, though, that has it again, high up in the zone, looking to dangle. Oh, what a move, past Balashaw, another one to protect. Feeds a short pass to McNaughton, gets that up to the point. That shot deflected through, rebound there, and oh, Nielsen could not get a clean shot through on a rebound. A high stick on the play, too, calls it dead right away. And with that, Twins get a line change. The Riels will do the same. Or no, the Riels still keep their boys out there, that top line of McNaughton and his wingers in Nielsen and Brzezinski. But he lost it. Oh, what a save by Haworth on that breakaway chance. Tremblay in alone. Or no, sorry, it was Cianflone, Tazio Cianflone, who had that chance. That gets all the way in on Edon O'Sullivan, who leaves it for Hedlund. His pass to Cianflone can't connect with him. I believe it went under his stick. The Riels with a bit of trouble in their own end trying to get this out. The Twins clogging up that far side of the boards. Picked up by Cianflone, who looks to work with this puck high up in the zone. Bringing it, trying to draw a man to him. Has that shot deflected. Cianflone, being that F3, was in perfect position to take that puck away high up in the zone. Gets to the net. Haworth taken out now. Sliding into him hard. It's number 18 in Gilberto. Takes the net off in the process with that. We're going to get another stop in play. Showing you Terrico on the screen once again. Our second period sponsor. Serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Check out their website at gshow.ca. For more details, more information. Sean Neufeld will be out there to take the draw. Loss to Nate Hines, the face-off circle. Johnson able to hold it in for a split moment before this puck finally gets out of the zone. Just past the red line, the Twins send it in deep again. It's along the close boards, now down below the goal line. Reversed, drop back to, I believe that's Matt Smith, who goes off the boards. Intercepted by the skate of Johnson. Now into the neutral zone again. Onto the stick of Keating, who goes for a skate. Gets rubbed out by Matani. Down low where Matani shields the puck, and he'll go for a skate. Matani getting checked by the stick of Keating. And a whistle blows on the play. So with 32 seconds remaining, 24-21, the shots in favor of the Riels. Or of the Twins, sorry. Whereas the Riels have the advantage on the scoreboard, up 3-1. Fort Garry putting their top line out here in the dying seconds of this period. To Matani. Feeds a pass to the blue line to Gorchinski, who sends that deep. it'll be the Riels who just do flip it out and pass Johnson now. Here's a 3-on-1 developing. Wait a minute. Oh, nice defensive play by Matani to stick with it. Taking away that pass across on that 3-on-1 chance. It's into the corner. 3 Twins tying up an equal amount of Riels. The buzzer sounds. And with that, period 2 is in the books. A period where both teams had their chances, but it was the Riels capitalizing on more of them. A nice play, especially. Trying to remember that second goal. So much has happened since, but that third goal that I believe was scored by... Oh, I'm trying to remember now what the order of things were, but I mean the Riels finding their success by getting to those hard areas, right? Making some skilled plays. We saw the skill of Nielsen on full display. McNaughton going to the right place on his goal. Carson Dubois picking up the garbage in that period. So, yeah, it's great to see the Riels continuing their great play throughout that past 20 minutes of play. The Twins, of course, with their chances, but Allworth making some really huge saves to keep this one the way it is, 3-1. There's been a few posts hit for the Riels too, so they could arguably have more goals. They do trail in the shots 24-21. Gets pretty loud where we're sitting here in Riels territory. Their fans not too, chirping some of their, not chirping some players, but having some words for some of the Twins on the way off the ice. You gotta love the shenanigans, everything happening. The playoff atmosphere here tonight from Southdale Arena. This for the second period, brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Check out their website at terrico.ca for more information. Thank you to them for sponsoring and supporting Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League hockey here on the network. Period number 3, final period of regulation coming up next. We'll be back for some more second period analysis and the call of the third coming up very soon here. But for now, we're going to throw it to our promo screen. See you in a bit, everybody. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Southdale Community Center. We're just about to get the third period set here between the St. Boniface Riels and the Fort Garry Twins. St. Boniface adding 2 more goals in that second period of action. McNaughton was one of the goal scorers, scoring his 4th of the playoffs, with it ended up being Ethan Alsop, my apologies, with the other goal. Not number 18, or not number 19 in Carson Dubois. Number 18 in Ethan Alsop had a defenseman, of course, ripping one, which was a big-time goal for him. But, yeah, shots are 24-21 in favor of St. Boniface, or of Fort Garry after these first 2 periods. They outshot them on Sunday night's Game 2 loss, of course, being outshot to Ashton Haworth. He's been really good in this game, especially after allowing that first goal. He's made some athletic saves, some routine saves, and honestly, Mike O'Sullivan's been good too. It's just, yeah, clean shot beat him. A backdoor pass, which was tough for him to get to. Pass from Nielsen to McNaughton, and yeah, that's what this Riels team can do. You know, not only could they show they can control the play like in Game 1 of this series, but they've shown how opportunistic they can be. They play some solid defense in their own end, get some bodies in lanes. Also, getting some good saves from their goaltenders, and they from a guy in Ashton Haworth, and they build off of that. In terms of the scores in the other series, as we pull up our bracket, it's 4-1 in favor of the St. James Junior Canucks heading into the third and final period of that one. They look to take a 3-0 lead. Of course, this game is 3-1 for the Riels. The Pembina Valley Twisters up 2-0 with over halfway in the second period left in their game, and St. Vital up 2-1 with 9:36 remaining in the second period, and Eric Coy looking to take a 2-1 series lead and win their second in a row at that, as they were winners on Saturday. But we're about to get going for period 3 of this matchup, brought to you by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Be sure to check out their website at gordytomlinsongoalies.ca. It's your goalie's personal video review service, of course. Run by a ex-Winnipeg Jets 1.0 WHA goaltender, but it's Johnson who entered into the zone, had the puck taken away from him pretty quickly. It's controlled by Dylan Bachneck in his own end, who turns this over off of the backboards. It's played onto the stick of Trott. Plays this up the side closest to us from the Riels, and all the way into the twin zone this puck gets down. It's onto the stick of Dean Gorchinski now, who takes a shot from just outside of the zone. Gloved down by Ashton Haworth, as he makes his 25th save of the matchup, or his 24th save of the matchup on his 25th shot faced. Getting a stoppage here with 19:15 remaining, 45 seconds gone only in this period. McNaughton out to take the draw against Cien Flown, and it'll be won by Tazio. That shot wide there of the net, deflected on the way through from Hedlund. Twins tried working this to the slot, but could not. Puck gets rimmed around onto the stick of Matt Smith as he plays this into the middle. Picked up by McNaughton as he wheels down that right side. Wide of the net, his shot goes. So the Twins pick up the puck, in possession of it now, as it's Lizotte, the Twins' only goal scorer, sending a pass across to Gilberto, up to the point. Edlin, his shot turned aside off of the glove of Ashton Haworth, picked up by Brzezinski now, who is able to get through Cockle. But not entirely, actually, as Cockle did enough to rub him out and for the Twins to get possession and to break this puck out. But sent in right again shortly afterwards by the Riels, as the Twins work D-to-D. Off of the boards in the neutral zone, Riels send this all the way back down into the Twins' end, where Cockle tries feeding the pass through, but could not. Biscuit ends up behind the net, occupied by Haworth in the Riels zone. Turned over. That shot turned aside by Allworth off of the chance from Gibson. As the Riels able to get it out now. It's Hines feeding a pass up to number 21 in McNaughton. That shot now turned aside off of the chance from Hines. I believe it was actually Cole Davis who got the chance. Draw will be to the blocker hand side of O'Sullivan. Won by Hines initially, but picked up by the Twins in their own end. Matani looking to rush up and dangle through, but defended well there by Hira. Picked up by Matani again, though. Working in, backhand shot, rebound there, turned aside, no one there to pick it up for the Twins. But St. Boniface can't get it out. It's Hines now dangling through. Backhands this to safety to Cole Davis, but has his stretch pass turned over. Turned over now in the neutral zones onto the stick of Hines, who now gloves this down and able to get possession of it. Hines now just sends it in deep. And we'll go off for a change. So Sullivan comes out of his own crease to leave a puck for one of his teammates. Played into the neutral zone. Sent in off the stick of Canoe, who gets it in on Haworth. 16:47 remains. 27-22 the shots in favor of Fort Garry, but they still trail in this one 3-1. Slobosian against Matthews on the draw. Won by Slobosian in the end as the Riels have possession of it. Working down that right side, it's Vitelli who sends a short pass into the neutral zone. Ends up into the Twin zone as they look to break it out. Number 29 in Caligari. This pass for Friesen a bit too hard for him. Riels go D to D. It's passed up by Keating to Vitelli. Vitelli deflects this all the way in down low. But Caligari will be first one on the puck. Being challenged there by, I believe, number 4 in Smith, who jumped up into the play. Or no, it might be Slobosian. Apologies. Yes, it was Slobosian. He goes off for a change now. Puck inside of the Twins' end. It'll be picked up by them in front of their own net. As a saucer pass gets sent onto the stick of Matthews. Goes back to Johnson, who dangles with it at his line before going up to Balshaw. Balshaw tries to go backdoor with the pass to Gorchinski, but he was tied up well. Back down low and below the goal line. Picked up by Bachnek, who gets it off of the high glass and into the neutral zone. Deflected out of play now by Gorchinski, and with that, we'll get a stoppage with 15:29 remaining in this third period of action, brought to you by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Be sure to check out their website at GordyTumelsonGoalies.ca for more information. Draw one by the Twins. We'll go D to D to Matani, who sends it across. Number 15 in Ethan Johnson sends that all the way into the opposite corner, where it'll be Ethan Alsip, the most recent goal scorer of this one, getting on it first. It gets rimmed around to Trott. Puck over the head now of Johnson. Riels trying to get that to middle ice, but could not. It'll be Ethan Alsip now winding in and takes a shot. Turned aside, though, by O'Sullivan, and picked up the rebound was Gorchinski, who's now looking to build speed. Goes inside, outside, before trying to dangle through. Gorchinski does just that, down below now, getting below the goal line. Able to send that up to the point to Johnson, where that puck will be chased on by Brzezinski. Nice job by Matani to fight him off, but a bad decision by Matani there. And no, it won't be Matani who's getting the call, actually. It'll be the Twins who are getting the power play. Not too sure why. Brzezinski goes off for the hold. Unbelievable sequence there. As I thought for sure it was Matani going off for a penalty. So, what happens, I think, the refs call the initial contact, where Brzezinski was trying to get to that puck, Matani was holding his ground, and I believe they thought that Brzezinski was holding on to Matani, which they end up calling, but Matani puts him right into the boards afterwards, finishing off a physical play. Everyone on this side of the arena thought that was going to be a penalty coming to the Twins, but it's a penalty that ends up going to the Riels. They'll have to kill one off here, losing one of their best players in Brzezinski for the next 2 minutes. In a special team sequence here brought to you by goaltenders. Draw, tied up in the face-off circle, the two centermen possession for Garry. Gorchinski now, that puck going past him, lets it go by, and gets it right back. Goes across, up high for Balshot, his shot wide of the net, and Riel's able to get it out. Giving chase with speed is McNaughton, trying to get his way to this puck. Buck cannot. Gets taken out as well. No call on the play. Some people in the crowd looking for a call. This puck ends up being deflected and out of play. And with that, we'll see the Fort Garry Twins getting their next set on, their next unit of power play skaters. So it won't be Tazio Cienflone taking the draw. It will be Matt Lizotte, who Lizotte loses this. Cienflone battling along the boards. Voth now with it. Ends up threading a pass to the point to Johnson, who plays that across to Hedlund. Back to Johnson now to Lizotte. To the bumper! That shot blocked. Rebound there! Loose puck, rather, but turned aside off of that chance from Voth in front. That shot now deflects. And I believe Haworth just able to get a piece of it. Lizotte now to Hedlund. Works it across to Johnson, who's waiting, surveying before dishing it off to Cienflone. To the bumper to Lizotte. Tries playing a pass backdoor to Voth, but couldn't get through. Fort Garry still possesses the puck, though. Over to Johnson. Has it sticked away, and there's Trott, who gets it out for the Riels. Getting him and Dubois for changes. It'll be Dylan Vitale and Connor Davis now out on the penalty kill. Coming down that right side. Hedlund gets that puck to the slot. Ends up to the point to Johnson. Has it blocked by Connor Davis, who looks to build some speed. Going down. Trying to get back is Hedlund, who almost did so. Davis decides to put a shot off of that glove hand shoulder of O'Sullivan. Now onto the stick of Johnson again. Saucer pass through. Gorchinski dangles, but could not finish the move. I believe a Riel got his stick on Gorchinski to disrupt it. What a beauty that would have been. Would have been a crucial goal too, as we are back to even strength. We do still remain a 2-goal advantage for the Riels. Connor Davis, short bank pass off the boards. Number 4 in Matt Smith, who plays it out into the neutral zone. DDD pass fails for the Twins as they try to play that in further into the neutral zone for Gorchinski, but didn't connect with him. Puck ends up all the way down into the Twins' end now, where O'Sullivan leaves it for a player. Pass into the neutral zone where Gorchinski, unable to get to it fully, just decides to deflect this down. Gorchinski able to win the battle on the forecheck, though, battling up higher into the zone, but has the puck taken away now as played across. Where it'll be to McNaughton, sent down low, being held in front of the net. The Twins net that was a Riels player. Will we be seeing a power play coming up here for the Riels? I mean, wouldn't be surprised, but also wouldn't be shocked if the refs just let this go. And they will do just that. Well, despite not maybe getting the calls in their favor, it is the Riels still with a 2-goal lead here, with a chance to potentially get on the cycle in the Twin zone now. It's rimmed around onto the stick of McNaughton, but no, gets past him. Couldn't bring it in cleanly. Out into the neutral zone now where Cienflone tries sending that in deep, hit the skate of Riel before Garry just decided to send it in afterwards when they weren't able to get into the zone. Nielsen now breaking in through the middle, try kicking it out to the right side to Brzezinski, but could not. Puck in the corner closest to us now in the Twin zone. Closest to our broadcast angle, that is. Where it'll be now transitioned out by the Fort Garry Twins. Bobbling puck whacked out there by Keating. Played off the equipment of a Riel player now, and battling nicely is Trott in the neutral zone. No, sorry, that's Brzezinski, who now toe drags, unloads, and fires a shot wide. Lazard, a nice dangle out his own blue line before working his way into the Riel zone, but has the puck taken away? It's sent on to the glove of Vitali, able to work this down to a stick and continue. Gets rubbed out below the Twins goal line. It'll be worked out by the Twins now as Eric Voth just passed the red line, sends that in deep. Try getting to the puck first on the forecheck, but the Riels beat him to it there first. Vitali in the neutral zone now whiffs on a pass up, trying to connect to one of his teammates. Onto the stick of Voth, kicks it out to Neufeld now. Driving Neufeld, his shot, got it on the forehand, but turned aside by Haworth. With 9:21 remaining now in the third. A bit of rough stuff down below too. Some hands thrown from, I believe, not sure who it is, number 8 in Slobosian on number 9 in Neufeld. Haworth circles around to wait till this settles. He's been brilliant tonight. 32 saves on 33 shots. Could very well be our player of the game for the Riels. Stay tuned for a short post-game show after this game concludes. Well, players of the game from both sides, even the losers, depending on who those may be. Will it be the Twins? Or will they find some magic to potentially come back? Got to get out of their own end first. It's the Riels that hold it in. Alsop sending that down low, giving chases to Riel players now, but the Twins able to evade and get out into the neutral zone for Balshaw. His shot, as he passes through, it will be turned aside by Haworth. Trott now finding a player in the middle ice in Dubois, who just decides to send this in deep before going off for a change. Now skating it up. Number 24 in Headland, a bit of a head fake maneuver before sending that to the slot. But once again, covered up well by this Riels team. 8:25 remaining now, deflected in by Balshaw past the red line, so no icing on the play. It's waved off as Gorchinski gets in on the forecheck. Tying up, not sure who that is for the Riels, but one of their players blast high of the net from Balshaw. Might have deflected, not too sure. That one now trying to get a deflection from the slot, but can't get that puck through to the net now as the Riels now off to the horses. It's Cole Davis. Tries getting the pass across to Connor Davis. Cannot. Sent down below with the backhand. So it will be Caligari who gets one to Balshaw, his outlet man. Sends it across for Cienflone, who's dangling beautifully in the neutral zone for gaining the zone with success. Turned over by the Twins, though, and sent all the way out by the Riels. Back into Fort Garry's end. DDD pass. As it's Matani looking to go for a skate, but he's defended well. Definitely something that Franco has kept an eye on in preparation, is Matani's ability to skate up in preparation for this series. Speaking of Matani, physical play there. He bodies a player down to the ice. His shot from high in the zone now. Blockered safely into the corner by Haworth. Now two Twins, one of them in Gilberto tying up Hines, trying to get possession of it down below, but can't. Trying to chip it out is the Riels, but St. Boniface unsuccessful at first. Finally getting it out now, where puck will maintain its position in the neutral zone before being sent all the way down to the Riels zone before they play catch again, sending this puck back into the neutral zone where it's loose and not anybody could really get a hold of it for the moment. As this one sent all the way back down into Fort Garry's end. D to D over to Cockle, off of the boards and sent all the way down for what should be an icing. And with that, 6:11 left on the clock. 3-1 is still the score here for St. Boniface. They trail on the shot clock 34-23, but Ashton Haworth has made some really great saves here tonight, continuing his strong performance in round one so far. And the Riels up until this point have averaged 3 goals scored per game, literally. As that shot, not sure if that got through. I don't think it did, got blocked off of the stick of Aiden Hyra. So now it's Gilberto trying to work past Hyra, but he bodies him. Clean hit into the boards. Before Gary's still on possession of it on the forecheck. Voth able to squeeze through, using that big body to shield down low, gets it to Neufeld, who works this up higher, skates it there, tries getting it down low, but has his cycle starting attempt picked off. As from high up in the zone, or from just outside the zone, a puck gets sent on net for O'Sullivan to save and cover up, and he does just that with 5:35 remaining. But yeah, I mean, barring a comeback, only 2 goals let in total so far in what'll be 3 games at the end of it by Haworth. Talked about him before game 1 started in our pregame show, how he was a huge addition in that trade deadline that St. Boniface brought in, and he was making this team better in the regular season since he got there. A .919 save percentage, had a .980 save percentage coming into tonight. A penalty going to be drawn here this side of the net. I believe Brzezinski have it called on him. He's the one who drew it. And maybe a goal-saving penalty taken there by Tremblay as he was trying to toe drag to open up O'Sullivan. Couldn't get the shot off. These next 2 minutes will be brought to you by goaltenders, or for however as long as it takes for St. Boniface to score here if they're able to before those 2 minutes. So draw will be won by McNaughton, but whistled down right away. St. Boniface technically starting with their top unit on their power play. Nielsen will be put into the draw, ends up losing it. For Garry looking to get it out. Can't quite do that as St. Boniface holds the boards strong. It's down low as Nielsen plays this to a teammate at the half wall. It'll be back onto the stick of Brzezinski. Goes up to Bachnecht, whose shot ends up wide. That shot be wide now. Actually, I do believe it's McNaughton who's actually at that half wall. Now coming to help is Brzezinski, who picks it up. Nice dangles to get to the slot before he kicks it out to that right point. Up top to Bachnecht again. That shot off of the post from number 22 and Cole Davis. Trying to work his way up to get that puck along the boards was Brzezinski. It'll be tied up along the boards as Fort Garry looks to keep it there. St. Boniface looks to get the loose puck out into their possession to work it around, but turned over and onto the stick of Cianflone, who, saw the hit coming, but had his momentum disrupted as he lost the puck. Good job by him, though, to withstand that hit and not get laid out. So it looked like the Riel was looking to line him up. St. Boniface gets it in deep into the twin zone once again. Held in at the line by Hines. It'll be up top to Matt Smith now, who gets it down to that left face-off circle. For I'm not sure who it is. Gets that to the slot, though, with the pass. Turned over. And what a hit there. Blindside. Though on Lazat coming from Keating. Two minutes for a charge. And in terms of what the description of that call is, I mean, Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty tight. He didn't take a huge run at him, but the refs felt like he had enough of a run to be able to warrant that penalty here. But we'll be 4-4 hockey for the next 20 seconds. The Twins down by 2 here with 3:37 remaining. Gorchinski out with Johnson, Belshaw along with Matani. 1-2, Johnson got it to Matani, now on to Johnson's stick again. Saucer pass over to Gorchinski in his skates and couldn't do anything with it to maintain possession. Turned over and onto the stick of Dubois now. Try going cross ice. Now it'll be the Twins on the power play for the next minute and 40 seconds. Bachnek gets bodied there down low by Belshaw. Rimmed around, Johnson unable to hold that in. Goes D to Matani. Noah Keating in the box. Twins just under 3 minutes now. Tremblay working in. He tries sending a pass into the slot, which he did. Gets sent all the way down. As no one was there, it was picked off by the Riels. It'll be a 6-on-4 now. As, in fact, Mike O'Sullivan has gone to his bench for the extra attacker. Matani working in. Dangles to the front of the net, off of the side of the net on that post. Did not get the bounce. It's gloved down by Belshaw to hold that and gets that up to Johnson. Works it top left face-off circle. Gorchinski. His pass across, though, won't get there. As now Davis sends it all the way down. No icing on the call, as still on the penalty kill. 30 seconds remain. So it is the Twins now, trying to work in again. Johnson through the middle has his stick disrupted with. And it will be the Riels who cleared down all the way again. 15 seconds remaining now, 1:49 on the game clock. The Twins running out of time. It's Matani wheeling in, side of the net, rebound there, but once again covered up on the slot. Deflected to the net now, potentially there, but no, all the way down. This one, though, will be an icing. Or no, not an icing. As we continue on here. Not sure if we'd even be able to hear the ref call it anyways, because of how loud it got. Trying to work it to the net there, but once again into the skate of a Riel, and now here they go. 2-on-1 chance. It's down all the way, scores. Number 19, Carson Dubois, does get on the board this time. I of course, mixed his name up with Ethan Alsip earlier in this broadcast for who got that third goal. But yeah, able to get this puck out, getting past the D, a 2-on-1, but he just decides, hey, you know what, I got an empty net, I trust my shot, just gonna put it in there accurately. Does just that. Raised it a bit, and with that, the Riels just over a minute away now into the final minute of going up 3-0 in this series. Game 4 will be Friday night at Century Arena. All the game times afterwards, you can find them on the mmjhl.ca website, but they will all be, if necessary, from now on after this one, for as long as the Twins would be able to keep it alive for any games after Game 4 for Games 5, 6, and 7. But the Riels will have a few days off before getting ready to try to close out this series in what is always the toughest game to win for the team that's up. As for St. Boniface, only won one game in the first round last season against the St. James Junior Canucks. For the Fort Garry Twins, of course, they played in a back-and-forth series with the St. Vital Junior Victorias. We're up 4-1 in a Game 7 before blowing a lead. Well, this time around, it might not even get to that point in a Game 7 where they are up by 3, because they are down 3-0 in this series now as St. Boniface puts them away. Another 4-1 home win. Of course, Game 4 will be played on Friday night at Century Arena as Fort Garry fights for their 2023-2024 season lives. They did outshoot the Riels for the second straight game, but it did not matter. The Riels were better on their chances. Great job by the Riels in their own end, even when the Twins were able to get a cycle going. Trying to work it to the middle was a tough task for them. Shots were 35-27. Ashton Haworth, another spectacular performance from him. Had some good help from his team. And the top end players for the Riels showing up tonight, and a guy like Brzezinski. Of course, McNaughton scoring his 4th of the playoffs. Coming off of a big Game 2 performance where he had 2 goals on Sunday night. The passing was working for the Riels. Did a good job of putting on dangerous chances all night on net. Even saw a snipe from a defenseman in Ethan Alsip in this one. And of course that empty netter to make it 4-1. But yeah, into players of the game. Going to start off with the Fort Garry Twins. Going to give it to the goal scorer in Matt Lizotte. I thought that, he was doing a good job of creating, good chances single-handedly for himself of getting into the slot area and taking one-timers. We saw him with that nice finish in tight to get the scoring started in today's matchup. Yeah, just a lot of good plays with the puck, efficient passes on the cycles. Put some dangerous shots on net, which made it tough for Haworth to save at times. And of course, being the only goal scorer of this game, he gets the Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools Player of the Game for Garry. And for St. Boniface, well, got to give it to Ashton Haworth. I mean, he was technically sound tonight, moved very well in his crease. After that first goal he gave up, he shook it off and made a lot of saves afterwards. 34 saves made on 35 shots against. Made some acrobatic saves to get across and rob some players. And of course, made the routine saves. But all in all, 34 saves made and 35 shots against. Huge reason why St. Boniface was able to keep the score down, even though they were defending well, taking away the house area well in this game. But got to give it to the goaltender who made, more saves and played a huge part in this one. Ashton Haworth, congratulations on your 3rd win of the postseason, 34 save performance, and being the player of the game tonight for the St. Boniface Riels, brought to you by Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, as well as our player of the game for Fort Garry in Matt Lizotte. Game number 4 of the series goes on Friday night at Century. We will not be broadcasting that game, folks, but we will be broadcasting on Thursday night in St. Vital for Game 4 of the St. Vital Junior Victorias and the Charleswood Hawks. Just to let you know about what's going on. Actually, can't check the website right now. Be sure to check out mmjhl.ca for the full scores from all the other matchups, the other series going on tonight in the mmjhl. And yeah, can't wait for Thursday night, everybody. The Twins, they played way better tonight than they did on Friday in terms of their zone time, the shots on net. Outshooting their opponent for the 2nd game in a row. It's just need to get more traffic in front of Haworth and need to find ways to get on those rebounds. Great defensive game here tonight from the Riels, and of course opportunistic on their chances. They'll have a chance to move through to the first round, planning to get the brooms out potentially on Friday night in Century Arena. Thank you to Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, and Goaltenders for sponsoring this one, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this edition of MMJHL Playoff Game Day coverage. Brought brought to you by our lovely sponsors. Riels win this one 4-1, take a 3-0 lead in a best-of-7 series. Sweep potentially on top on Friday night. Does Fort Garry survive? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Take care, everybody. Until Thursday night, we'll see you then. Graham the G Show Forsyth saying so long, good night, and take care, everybody. Riels win 4-1.